Ah, you thought you'd got away with it, hadn't you? Not so fast. I don't know whether this comes under the banner of better late than never, but it's certainly late. It's 4 p.m. This is Freeman Jack on TNS Radio. There will probably be an excess of foul language on the air today, seeing as I've had all sorts of problems today and my temper is entirely frayed now, so if you're easily offended, please turn off now.
The revolution is here. Revolution is here.
Up the evolution.
The revolution is here. The revolution is here.
Well, that just about sums it all up, really. I might as well piss off now. That was Jack Beats and the Revolution, the Evolution. I didn't even think I was going to be on the air today, to be quite honest, folks. I'd kind of given up and was ready to go home. I am home. I've had nothing but bloody problems all bloody week long. I'd just get all my hardware all sorted out and was just settling in to sort of get everything ready for the Saturday, probably Thursday-ish, something like that. And my network just dropped completely from the PC that I run the broadcasting software from. So myself and the glorious Dubs have spent literally long hours. I think we were up till 3 a.m. this morning, and I was back up at 9 on it again this morning. literally had no PC to broadcast from up until half an hour ago, so even if Vin had the stream working, wouldn't have done us a great deal of good, frankly, because there would have been nothing for it to have been coming from. Finally nailed that with a big hammer to the floor, which is where I think it's going to stay from now on. I've absolutely no idea what I'm going to talk about, so I suppose I'm really just going to talk about the problems that I'm having and see if they kind of resonate with any of you. As some of you may remember, last week I was saying that my car had broken down and I'd had to scrap it while I was up in Liverpool, and we'd gone out and got a replacement car off of eBay. Nice little deal, 500 quid, 560 quid for an old people carrier. Went to get the thing insured and was getting quotes from 1,500 quid to £7,700 for a 2-litre people carrier. Now, you might think that I must have been using my vehicles in the past to bank robberies or have some heinously long list of driving offences on my licence, but that is not the case, I can assure you. I think that, again, all of the brokers that I've spoken to about this all seem to say that the insurance prices this year have absolutely skyrocketed. Now, can anyone tell me, possibly, in a time of recession, why insurance rates would have to skyrocket? I mean, I have heard that it said that there's an awful lot more insurance fraud going on lately, and it seems to be almost like a mantra of the insurance companies whenever they want to stick you with huge bills. But the thing that struck me was that all of these, I mean, I probably have searched with the online search engines and all of the various phone calls that I've made, possibly in the several hundred insurance companies. I know that there'll be those out of you that are spitting blue murder through your teeth and Freeman bollocks. You know what I mean? Just fucking. It's not a car. It's a conveyance. Well, that's all well and good, but I happen to live in central London, where we have the largest armed gangs in the world. They're the Met Police and the Territorials, and their vehicles are equipped with AMPR that can detect anybody that they decide that they don't like. And so, unless I want to spend my entire life, and it struck me that all of these, the larger part of these 200 or 300 various insurance quotes were all coming back within, a margin of a few tens of % of each other. And it struck me that of all of the insurance policies that I have ever held, through all manner of different brokerages, they're all basically either underwritten by Lloyd's or underwritten by Zurich. I mean, I stand to be corrected if that isn't the case, but it would appear that we have the appearance of choice when it comes to the various insurances that we are mandated to hold. Now, if we are mandated to hold an insurance, and if that insurance is to come through a business structure, is to come through the corporate world rather than being a government-issued insurance, then surely the Monopolies Commission should have something to look into if, like I say, there's one or maybe two suppliers. I mean, surely it can't be that much of a loss-making business to require that we be paying these sort of premiums, or that it be that uneconomical to establish in the first place. So, I don't know. I remember a while back on TPUC, somebody had started a thread where they were discussing starting our own insurance company, and I actually thought that the original idea, the OP of the thread, was actually quite well thought out. Unfortunately, TPUC was being trolled witless at the time, and along with the trolls and the naysayers, the thread got fairly well completely unravelled. But if this chap was right in his assertions that you only require a bond, a certain amount of money to be held as some kind of a reserve in order to be able to establish yourself as an insurance underwriters, then could we not bloody get together and establish our own bloody underwriters for and by ourselves? I know that none of us have got much money, but I know damn well that if it's I seem to remember... Oh, there we go. What's this? Just from the chat box. Reinsurance. The only two syndicates. The Lloyd's Syndicate and the not the Lloyd's Syndicate. I take it that's still the Lloyd's Syndicate. Yeah, it bloody seems that way. I remember I was working in the shipping industry, or with the shipping industry rather, as a video technician some years back. And after the Torrey Canyon disaster and a few of the oil rig explosions that happened during the 70s and the 80s, all of the shipping and oil firms were mandated as part of their insurance underwriting that they had to undergo media training for their top-end staff. And this basically consisted of teaching CEOs and chief executives of one manner or another all of the public shiny faces of these big corporations, and teaching them how to not make prats out of themselves in front of the TV camera, because basically there'd been quite a few disasters. I think there was a famous one, I think it was an Esso disaster, or no, it might have been Exxon actually, and the CEO had come on, rather than acclaiming the horrors of the environmental or the human cost of this disaster, he came on and started spouting about how bad it would be for the shareholders, and consequently the shareholders lost an awful lot of money when the public turned roundly upon them, and their shares became worthless overnight. Right, I'm really bloody struggling. Literally 5 minutes ago, I had I had nothing to do a show on, and had resigned myself to that fact. So why the bloody hell I've come on the stream now, I do not know. So I'm going to go to a tune while I try and think of what to play next. Here, Vin, I heard this on the stream last night. Are you lifting my tunes off of my bloody podcast? Oh, I'm going to have bloody words with you, mate. Alright, here we go. Open Your Mind 2011.
By the way, this conspiracy involves pornography, drugs, corruption, involves pedophilia, involves organized child kidnapping rings.
Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street. There's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad.
I'm convinced it's much more serious than that. It's more than a hallucination network. It is a conspiracy. And you know how the news media comes after us, if we use the word C, conspiracy, that C word, well, they can come after me all they like, because I guarantee